should I call you?
Tomorrow we can. And I
Okay.
want to do anything that we can. I call a few ambassadors,
Okay.
about tomorrow, but whatever. So we move to it.
Okay. We'll do that.
How you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Good to see you.
Okay, members of President
What's up,
Biden's
everybody?
cabinet making their way
Watching,
into the
hello.
chamber. You know, Daytona, I couldn't
How's everything?
help but wonder the thoughts going through
You're gonna
Secretary
watch
of
the
State
State of the
Antony Blinken's
Union?
head right now as the State Department grapples alongside many other
everybody's watching
parts of the
everybody else on this
administration with the war in Ukraine.
Yeah, that's right. We heard from Secretary Blinken today. He released a pre-recorded address expressing really his condolences to already the many Ukrainian lives that have been lost due to the situation in Ukraine, but saying that unity needs to be the main focus, the prime focus right here at home as we are facing
How is
battles
everybody today?
of
Hope
our
you're
own.
doing
Of
well.
course, though, President Zelensky has been a major table topic this week with him getting a standing ovation. Now these officials, U.S. officials, getting a standing ovation of their own as they have been tirelessly working day and night as this invasion got closer and
Hope
closer
everybody's
and
doing
now
well.
is in full force. So
It's weird.
there will be interesting reaction from both sides of the aisle when it comes to President Biden in
Everybody
his
must be
response,
watching
which
other
I
places, or they just
believe
don't want to
Biden
watch
should
the
be
State of
stepping
the
up
Union
here
with
soon.
me.
Yes, let's listen in as the president makes his way into the chamber.
Supposed to be the most powerful man in the world.
Powerful man. Wow. And then you and I were like, what are we doing?
Does the president always walk in separately from his wife? You would think the first lady and him would walk in together. This would be my thought. Discord messing up. Oh, what's up, Snookies? My Discord messing up or something? I'm buffering. Doing my best. Having issues trying to get my Discord started. I don't know why it's buffering. You on the good Wi-Fi? Yeah, I'm on the good Wi-Fi. Let's see. My audio is very low. I did that because I'm trying to do that so there's no echo, but I guess there's no echo right now. So what's up, Jesse James? Long time no see, my friend. How's the truck driving world going? I don't know why my Discord's not starting. I'll wait for a little bit. See what's gonna happen here. Doesn't look like everybody's there. Now live. Interesting. I don't know why my internet's so slow. Yeah, nobody's wearing a mask, are they? What's up, Joe Shipley? How you doing? What's up, Andy in Colorado?
Okay, this is Andrew Kraft. We're just waiting for President Biden to make his way into the chamber, but you can see some of
He's
the
pooping.
dignitaries there who are ready to go to listen to the
Yeah, I
president's
know it's
first
gonna be
State of the
rough to
Union
watch,
address.
but
There's
I'm gonna watch it all.
Congressman Adam Schiff.
What's
We just saw
up,
Chairman
Biden
of the Joint
sucks?
Chiefs of Staff Mark Milley, but many senators are there, and members of Congress.
Real
members of
life,
the
are you
Supreme
muted?
Court. Let's,
Yeah, there's
listen
lots
in
of
to Speaker
open
Pelosi.
seats, right, Yuma? Lots and lots of open seats. You know what? Let me move this back here. Let's see. Do you Snooks? Did you mute anybody recently? So I heard Cory Bush is supposed to be wearing something to tell Joe Biden to go, let's go Brandon. I don't know what it is. We'll have to see. Oh, it looks like it's ready to come out.
Madam Speaker, the President of the United States.
Who farted? Joe did. Oh, you're gonna go be part of the convoy, Biden? Nice. I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
Let's see. Maybe. Let's see. And then I'll get you a weekend.
Oh, you're at the Utah border? Right on. I gotta go back there soon, try and find out some more information. I'm just barely getting over being sick, though. There you go, Jesse. No, did you... I don't know, they said you're not speaking to him or something, maybe. Hey, that'll be awesome, Biden sucks. So, Jesse, you're a trucker. What do you think about all that's going on with the convoy? How much you want to bet he only shakes the hands of the Democrat judges? Never seen that guy in that wheelchair before. Whoa, excuse me. Is there an echo, guys? Just curious, because if I are, then if there is, I can turn my mic down. You think they're waltzing into a trap, huh, Yuma? I wonder if she's gonna rip this one up. I doubt it, bitch.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
Boo. Boo. Look at that liberal wearing a mask. Look, nobody else is wearing a mask except for that one dude.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all very much. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Oh, I get that, Jesse James. I get that.
Thank you all very, very much. Thank you. Please. Thank you so much. Madam Speaker, Madam Vice President, our First Lady and Second Gentleman, members of Congress and the Cabinet, Justice of the Supreme Court, my fellow Americans.
Look at her with the
Last year,
Ukraine flag on her
COVID-19
fucking
kept us apart.
lapel.
This year, we're finally together again. Tonight, we meet as Democrats, Republicans, Independents, but most importantly, as Americans, with the duty to one another, to America, to the American people, to the Constitution, and an unwavering resolve that freedom will always triumph over tyranny.
What the hell is that silver set in front of Pelosi?
Thank you.
Only the liberals are standing up. I don't think there's any Republicans there, is there?
6 days ago, Russia's Vladimir Putin sought to shake the very foundations of the free world, thinking he could make it bend to his menacing ways. But he badly miscalculated. He thought he could roll into Ukraine and the world would roll over. Instead, he met with a wall of strength he never anticipated or imagined. He met the Ukrainian people.
Biden says.
From President Zelensky to every Ukrainian, their fearlessness, their courage, their determination literally inspires the world.
What's up, Willow?
Groups of citizens blocking tanks with their bodies. Everyone from students to retirees to teachers turned soldiers defending their homeland. And in this struggle, President Zelensky said in his speech to the European Parliament, light will win over darkness.
Like your stupid
Ukrainian ambassador to the United States is here tonight, sitting with the First
filters
Lady.
you gotta put on your truck.
Let each of us, if you're able to stand and send an unmistakable signal to the world of Ukraine.
The heck is that lady wearing behind her? What kind of dress is that? What's up, Portuguese fireman? That's a pretty cool avatar.
She's bright, she's strong, she's resolved.
Jill Biden and her fake crying.
Yes.
What's up,
We, the
Kamahama?
United States of America, stand with the Ukrainian people. Throughout our history, we've learned this lesson. When dictators do not pay a price for their aggression, they cause more chaos. They keep moving, and the cost, the threats to America and America to the world
Not much,
keeps
just
rising.
here.
That's why the NATO alliance was created, to secure peace and stability in Europe after World War II.
What's up,
The
Digo?
United States is a member, along with 29
Trying to get
other
my
nations.
Discord started.
It matters. American diplomacy matters. American resolve matters. Putin's latest attack on Ukraine was premeditated
There we go.
and totally unprovoked. He rejected repeated efforts at diplomacy. He thought the West and NATO wouldn't respond. He thought he could divide us at home, in this chamber, in this nation. He thought he could divide us in Europe as well. But Putin was wrong. We are ready. We are united, and that's what we did. We stayed united. We prepared extensively and carefully. We spent
hard to
months
remember
building
that, Jesse
coalitions
James.
of other freedom-loving nations in Europe and the Americas, from America to the Asian and African continents, to confront Putin. Like many of you, I spent countless hours unifying
Hard to remember
European
that, bud.
allies. We shared with the world in advance what we knew Putin was planning.
Oh, thanks, Biden.
And precisely how we would try to falsify and justify his aggression. We countered Russia's lies with the truth. And now,
I still want to know what that stainless steel thing is. Is that
the
alcohol?
world is holding him accountable, along with 27 members of the European Union, including
I
France,
doubt it's
Germany,
alcohol. What do you
Italy,
think that is?
as well as countries like the United Kingdom, Canada,
guys
Japan,
can't see
Korea,
it.
Australia, New Zealand, and many others. Even Switzerland are inflicting pain on
What do you
Russia
think this thing is?
and supporting the people of Ukraine. Putin is now isolated from the world.
I hope
more
not,
than
Portuguese.
He's ever been. Together,
Yeah, I gotta get high for this one.
Together, along with our allies, we are right now enforcing powerful economic sanctions. We're cutting off Russia's largest banks in the international financial system, preventing Russia's central bank from defending the Russian ruble.
When isn't she drunk?
Making Putin's $630 billion war fund worthless. We're choking Russia's access.
So she's got that fake half smile.
We're choking Russia's access to technology that will sap its economic strength and weaken its military for years to come. Tonight, I say to
Kamala's
Russian
tight-lipped.
oligarchs
She's
and the
showing
corrupt
off her
leaders
DSL.
who built billions of dollars off this violent regime, no more. The United States, I mean it.
California, it's $4.95 for Supreme. Oh, and actually, it's over $5 now for Supreme.
The United States,
I get Supreme, so I don't know what regular costs.
Department of Justice is assembling a dedicated task force to go after the crimes of the Russian oligarchs. We're joining with European
It's the most
allies to
exercise
find
these
and
guys have
seize
gotten
their
standing up and
yachts,
sitting
their
down.
luxury apartments,
A long
their private
time.
jets. We're coming for you, ill-begotten gains. And tonight, I'm announcing that we will join our allies in closing off American airspace to all Russian flights, further isolating Russia and adding additional.
You're
squeeze on their
racist.
economy.
That's racist. Trump did it to stop the people coming with COVID, and they said he's racist. But you can do
He
it to
has
Russia?
No idea what's coming. The ruble has already lost 30% of its value. The Russian stock market has lost 40% of its value, and trading remains suspended. The Russian economy is reeling, and Putin alone
Probably wears
is the one to
Depends.
blame. Together with our allies, we're providing support to the Ukrainians in their fight for freedom. Military assistance, economic assistance, humanitarian assistance. We're giving more than $1 billion of direct assistance to Ukraine, and will continue to aid Ukrainian people as they defend their country and
What's
help
up, Steven?
ease their suffering.
I don't know. I still don't know what the heck that dress is behind her.
Let me be clear.
They should
Our
zoom out a little
forces
bit.
are
I want to
not
see the whole entire outfit.
Engaged and will not engage in the conflict with Russian forces in Ukraine. Our forces are not going to Europe to fight Ukraine, but to defend
What's up,
our
Mr.
NATO
Nice Guy?
allies in the event that Putin decides to keep moving west. For that purpose, we have mobilized American ground forces,
I'm really gonna
air
get high
squadrons,
today.
ship deployments to protect NATO countries including Poland, Romania, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. And as I've made crystal clear, the United States and our allies will defend every inch of territory that is NATO territory with the full force of our
We're not the
collective
fucking
power.
world's
Every
police,
single inch.
asshole. They don't pay their fair share.
And we're clear-eyed.
Great, I can't find my
Ukrainians are
liquid.
fighting back with pure courage. But the next few days, weeks, and months will be hard on them. Putin has unleashed
Really, Mr.
violence
Nice
and
Guy.
chaos. But while he may make gains on the battlefield, he'll pay a continuing high price over the long run. And a pound of Ukrainian people, proud, proud people, pound for pound, ready to fight with every inch of energy they have. They've known 30 years of independence, have repeatedly shown that they will not tolerate anyone who tries to take their country backwards. To all Americans, I'll be honest with you, as I always promised I would be. A Russian
You
dictator
lying sack of shit.
invading a foreign country has cost around the world. And I'm taking robust action to make sure the pain of our sanctions is targeted at Russian economy, and that we use every tool at our disposal to protect
I hope
American
Ted Cruz
businesses
goes up there and
consumers.
rips up his speech.
Tonight, I can announce the United States has worked with 30 other countries to release 60 million barrels of oil from reserves around the world. America will lead that effort.
Yes, I don't know what's going on with it
30
lately,
million
Mr.
barrels
Nice
of
Guy.
our own strategic petroleum reserves.
I'm sorry, bud.
And we stand ready to do more if necessary, united with our allies.
I gotta get a better
These steps
internet
will help
plan.
blunt
Something.
gas prices here
Gotta
at
cut down
home.
some trees.
But I know news about what's happening can seem alarming to all Americans. But I want you to know we're going to be okay.
Yes, I am Biden.
When the history of this
But
era
I'm
is
back
written,
up now. Look
Putin's
up
war in Ukraine will have left Russia weaker, and the rest of the world
B&B
stronger.
Eddie Block Thrift, I think it is. Send me an email and I'll send you a link to my
While
Facebook.
it shouldn't, while it shouldn't have taken something so terrible for people
Fucking
around the
dumbass.
world to see what's at stake.
Smack that guy
Now
around too,
everyone
right?
sees it clearly.
Not that I'm promoting violence,
We
guys.
see the unity among leaders of nations, a more unified Europe, a more unified West. We see unity among the people who are gathering in cities and large crowds around the world, even in Russia,
Dude, my internet
to
sucks right now.
demonstrate their support for the people of Ukraine. In the battle between democracy and autocracies, democracies are rising to the moment, and the world is clearly
You can
choosing
email
the
me at
side of peace and security.
EddieBlockFilms@gmail.com.
This is the real test, and it's going to take time. So let us continue to draw inspiration from the iron will of the Ukrainian people. To our fellow Ukrainian Americans who forged the deep bond that connects our two nations, we stand with you. We stand with you.
Here, I'll show
Putin
it to
may
you real
circle
quick.
Kyiv with tanks, but he'll never gain the hearts and souls of the Iranian people. He'll never extinguish their love of freedom, and he will never.
There's my name, Thrift,
never weaken
Eddie
the
Block,
resolve of the free
B
world.
and B.
We meet tonight in an America that has lived through two of the hardest years this nation has ever faced. The pandemic has been punishing.
How
And
close
so
did you get,
many
Willow?
families are living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to keep up.
'cause
with
you
the
want them
rising
to live
cost of
paycheck to
food,
paycheck.
Gas, housing, and so much more. I understand, like many of you did. My dad had to leave his home in Scranton, Pennsylvania to find work. So like many of you, I grew up in a family when the price of food went up, it was felt throughout the family. It had an impact. That's when one of the first things I did as president was fight to pass the American Rescue Plan. Because people were hurting.
American Rescue
We
Plan.
needed to act, and we did. Few pieces of legislation have done more at a critical moment in our history to lift us out
How
of
come
the
we don't have an
crisis.
American flag with that
It fueled
Ukrainian
our
flag,
efforts to
dude?
vaccinate the nation and combat COVID-19, delivered immediate economic relief to tens of millions of Americans. It helped put food on the
No,
table.
they didn't buy
None of those
food. They
long
went to
lines at
Walmart and
bars
bought a whole
waiting
bunch
for
of
hours
stupid
just to
shit.
get a box of food put in their trunk. It cut the cost of health care insurance. And as my dad used to say, it gave the people just a little bit of breathing room. Unlike the $2 trillion
No, they
tax
got him. It's
cut
got him a new
passed in the previous
PlayStation
administration
25 or whatever they
that
are.
benefited the top 1% of Americans. The American Rescue Plan helped working
Oh,
people
yeah, that's
and left
funny.
no one behind.
Shut up.
Folks,
Fuck you, Chuck Schumer.
and it worked.
No, it didn't.
It worked. It worked. We created jobs, lots of jobs. In fact, our economy created over 6.5 million new jobs just last year. More jobs
Right, Stephen Atkins?
in 1 year than ever before in the history of the United States of America.
You only brought back the jobs that were
The economy
left
grew at
because
a
you
rate of
closed everything
5.7
down, you
last year,
idiot.
the strongest growth rate in 40 years. And the first step in bringing fundamental change to our economy that hasn't worked
Mitch
for working
McConnell,
people in this
yeah.
nation for too long. For the past 40 years, we were told that tax break for those at the top and benefits would trickle down and everyone would benefit. But that trickle-down theory led to a weaker economic growth, lower wages, bigger deficits, and a widening gap between the top and everyone else in nearly a century.
Right, Diego?
Look, Vice President Harris and I ran for office, and I realize we have fundamental disagreements on this, but ran for office with a new economic vision for America. Invest in America, educate Americans, grow the workforce, build the economy from the bottom up and the middle out, not from the top down, because we know. Because
What's
we
up, drunk?
know. Because we know when the middle class grows, the poor will way up and the wealthy
Oh
do
shit, that's
very
right, you
well.
can't hear.
America used to have the best roads,
Hold on, let me
bridges,
try
and
something.
airports on earth. And now our infrastructure is ranked 13th in the world. We won't be able to compete for the jobs of the 21st century if we don't fix it. That's why it was so important to pass the bipartisan infrastructure law. And I thank my Republican friends.
See if you can hear it when I do that.
To invest and rebuild America. The single biggest investment in history.
Yes.
Bipartisan effort, and I want to thank the members of both parties who worked to make it happen. We're done talking about infrastructure weeks. We're now talking about an infrastructure decade.
Anybody hearing any echo, any audio problems?
No, you're just, let me turn you down a little bit.
It's going to transform America, to put us on a path to win the economic
Or at least I
competition
didn't
of the
hear it.
21st century that we face with the rest of the world, particularly China. I've told Xi Jinping it's never been a good bet to bet against the American people. We'll create good jobs for millions of Americans.
Oh yeah, Ted Cruz is giving somebody the stink eye. You're right, Digga.
Waterways all across America, and we'll do it.
I hope he goes out there and
Understand
rips
the
up his
devastating
speech.
effects of climate change and promote environmental justice. We'll build a national network of 500,000 electric vehicle charging stations. Begin to replace the
500,000
poisonous
electrical.
lead pipes so every child, every American has clean water to drink at home
Can you
and at school.
turn up the volume on the video?
We're going to provide
Yeah.
affordable, high-speed internet for every American, rural, suburban, urban, and tribal communities. 4,000 projects have already been announced. Many of you have announced them in your districts. And tonight, I'm announcing that this year, we will start fixing over 65,000 miles of highway and 1,500 bridges in disrepair. And folks,
How about that?
Sounds good. Let's see if I hear an echo.
Taxpayers' dollars to rebuild America. We're going to do it by buying America. Buy American products. Support American jobs.
Slightly.
The federal government spends about $600 billion a year to keep this country safe and secure.
Here, that should
There's
take the
been a
echo away.
law on the books for almost a century to make sure taxpayers' dollars support American jobs and businesses. Every
Why are you sending
administration,
money to every
Democrat or
other fucking
Republican,
country?
says they'll do it, but we're actually doing it. We'll buy America to make sure everything from the deck of an aircraft carrier
It didn't help
to
with
the
the echo,
steel on
whatever you
highway
did.
guardrails is
Didn't?
made in America from beginning to end. All of it. All of it.
How about now?
But folks, to compete for the jobs of the future, we also need a level playing field with China and other competitors. That's why it's so important to pass the Bipartisan Innovation Act sitting in Congress
think
that
it's
will make
good now.
record investments in emerging technologies and American manufacturing. We used to invest almost 2% of our GDP in research and development. We don't now. China is. Let me give you one example why it's so important to pass. If you
All this
travel
weed
20
I
miles
got.
east of Columbus, Ohio,
Nice.
you'll find 1,000
That's a
empty
lot.
acres of land. It won't look like much.
Back to the
If
top.
you stop and look closely, you'll see a field of dreams, the ground on which America's future will be built. That's where Intel, the American company that helped build Silicon Valley, is going to build a $20 billion
Did he start on time?
semiconductor megasite.
No.
Up to 8 state-of-the-art factories in one place. 10,000 new jobs. And in those factories, the average job about $135,000 a year. Some of the most sophisticated manufacturing in the world to make computer chips the size of a fingertip that power the world in everyday lives. From smartphones, technology, the internet, technology that's yet to be invented. But that's just the beginning. Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger, who was here tonight, I don't know where Pat is. Pat, there you go, Pat, stand up. Pat, Pat came to see me and he told me they're ready to increase their investment from $20 billion to $100 billion. That would be the biggest investment in manufacturing in American history. And all they're waiting for is for you to pass this bill. So let's not wait any longer. Send it to my desk, I'll sign it, and we'll really take off in a big way.
Boot to my desk. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm something that tells you.
Intel is not alone.
Beat yourself.
There's something happening in America.
Oh, that lady in the yellow
Just
dress.
look around and
Look
you'll
at her.
see an amazing story.
The blue
The rebirth of pride that comes from stamping products made in America. The revitalization of American manufacturing. Companies are choosing to build new factories here when just a few years ago they would have gone overseas.
That's because President Trump did all that, asshole.
Ford is investing $11 billion in electric vehicles, creating 11,000 jobs across the country. GM is making the largest investment in its history, $7 billion to build electric
How are we going to
vehicles,
support all this
creating
electricity?
4,000 jobs in Michigan. All told, 369,000 new manufacturing jobs were created in America last year alone.
Yeah, last year, thanks to President Trump.
Folks,
dude, that guy looks like Professor Trump.
powered by people I've met like JoJo Burgess from generations of union steelworkers in Pittsburgh, who's here with us tonight. Where are you, JoJo? There you go. Thanks, buddy. As Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown says,
Oh, he's the union rep. He's a big old liberal. I hated my union reps. All they do is sit there in
Sherrod
their
Brown
office
says
and
it's
collect money.
time to bury the label
money from me.
Rust Belt. It's time to see the what used to be called Rust Belt become
he's stuttering already.
the home of a significant resurgence of manufacturing. And with all the bright spots in our economy, record job growth, higher wages, too many families are struggling to keep up with their bills. Inflation is robbing them of gains they thought
Give them
otherwise
some money.
they would be able to feel. I get it. That's why my top priority is getting prices under control. Look, our economy roared back faster than almost anyone predicted. But the pandemic meant that businesses had a hard time hiring enough people because of the pandemic to keep up production in their factories. So you didn't have people making those beams that went into buildings because they were out. The factory was closed. The panic also disrupted the global supply chain. Factories close. When that happens, it takes longer to make goods and get them to the warehouses, to the stores, and prices go up. Look at cars
you
last
and your
year.
cronies did that.
1/3 of all the inflation was because of
Maxine Waters.
automobile
What's up with that
sales.
lady with the purple hair?
There weren't enough semiconductors to make all the cars that people wanted to buy. And guess
Yeah,
what?
that's why I don't have a new truck yet.
Prices of automobiles went way up, especially used vehicles as well. And so we have a choice. One way to fight inflation is to drive down wages and make Americans poorer. I think I have a better idea to fight inflation. Lower your costs, not your wages.
You can't do that when you raise the wages, asshole.
That means make more cars and semiconductors in America, more infrastructure and innovation in America, more goods moving faster and cheaper in America, more jobs where you can earn a good
I
living
don't
in
think
America.
he understands what cost
Instead of
is.
relying on foreign supply chains, let's make it in America. Look, economists.
You can tell who the Republicans are. Everyone's not standing.
Economists
These guys got a fake USA champ.
call this increasing the productive capacity of our economy.
I bet you they
call
practice
it
that.
building a better America. My plan to fight inflation. will
Oh,
lower
I
our
remember
costs and
why I
lower the
hate these
deficit.
things, because they applaud every
17
5
Nobel
fucking
laureates in
seconds.
economics said my plan will ease long-term inflationary pressures. Top business leaders,
What's up, Edward?
and I
I
believe most
did
Americans
myself
support the
today.
plan. And here's the plan. First, cut the cost of prescription drugs.
Didn't President Trump
We
do
pay
that and then he
more
raised them?
for the same drug produced by the same company in America than any other country in the world. Just look at insulin. 1 in 10 Americans has diabetes. In Virginia, I met a 13-year-old boy, the handsome young man standing up there, Joshua Davis. He and his dad both have type 1 diabetes, which means they need insulin every single day. Insulin costs about $10 a vial to make. That's what it costs the pharmaceutical company. But drug companies
I think he fucked that up. I think it's type 2 diabetes where you need insulin.
I spoke with Joshua's mom.
Sure.
Imagine what it's like to look at your child who needs insulin to stay healthy and have no idea how in God's name you're going to be able to pay for it. What it does to your family, but what it does to your dignity, your ability to look your child in the eye, to be the parent you expect yourself to be. I really mean to think about that. That's what I think about. You know, yesterday, Joshua's here tonight, but yesterday was his birthday. Happy birthday, buddy, by the way. For Joshua,
I'd rather be anywhere than here.
200,000 other young people with type 1 diabetes, let's cap the cost of insulin at $35 a month.
His parents probably have his brain.
So everyone can afford it. And drug companies will do very, very well, their profit margin. While we're at it, I know we have great disagreements on this floor with this. Let's let Medicare negotiate the price of prescription drugs. They already set the price for VA drugs. Look, the American Rescue Plan is helping millions of families with Affordable Care Act plans to save them $2,400 a year on their health premiums. Let's close the coverage gap and make these savings permanent. And second, let's cut energy costs for families, an average of $500 a year by combating climate change. Let's provide an investment tax credits to weatherize your home and your business, to be energy efficient and get a tax credit for it. Double America's clean energy production in solar, wind, and so much more. Lower the price of electric vehicles, saving another $80 a month that you're not going to have to pay at the pump. Folks, third,
But are we supposed to stand up now or not?
the third thing we can do to change the
It's
standard
probably
of
written
living
in
for
a speech.
hardworking
Wait for
folks
everybody to stand.
is cut the cost of child care. Cut the cost of child care.
Oh, wait a minute. So he wants to give people raises, but not child
If
care.
you live in a
people, huh?
major city in America, you pay up to $14,000 a year for child care per child. I was a single dad for 5 years, raising 2 kids. I had a lot of help, though. I had a mom, a dad, a brother, and a sister that really helped. But middle class and working folks shouldn't have to pay more than 7% of their income to care for the young children. My plan would cut the cost of child care in half for most families and help parents, including millions of women who left the workforce during the pandemic because they couldn't afford child care.
Did he forget he has a third
to be
kid?
able to get back to work, generating
Next has 4
economic growth.
kids.
But my plan doesn't stop there. It also includes home and long-term care,
One of them's dead.
more
2
affordable
of them.
housing, pre-K for 3 and 4-year-olds. All these will lower costs to families. And under my plan, nobody, let me say this again, nobody earning less than $400,000 a year will pay an additional penny in new taxes. Not a single penny.
You just raised their taxes by cutting all the Trump's fucking tax breaks for those people, you idiot.
I may be wrong, but my guess is if we took a secret ballot in this floor, that we'd all agree that the present tax system ain't fair. We have to fix it. I'm not looking to punish
I can agree
anybody.
with that.
But let's make corporations and wealthy Americans start paying their fair share. Look,
That's stupid because they're, you know what they're
Last
gonna.
year-
I told you guys a million times. The businesses are just
Last
gonna
year-
raise the prices of everything. You're gonna pay those taxes, you idiot.
and like Chris Coons and Tom Carper and my distinguished Congresswoman, we come from the land of corporate America. There are more corporations incorporated in America than every other state in America combined. And I still won 36 years in a row. The point is,
Yeah, because your
even
state's
they
a bunch of
understand they
idiots.
should pay just a fair share. Last year, 55 of the Fortune 500 companies earned $40 billion in profit and paid zero in federal taxes. Now look,
Yeah, but they pay taxes
Bullshit.
on everything they
Fair.
bought.
that's why I proposed a 15% minimum tax rate for corporations. We've got
That
And that's why
bullshit because they pay
in the
taxes
G7 and other
quarterly,
meetings
you
overseas, we're able to
motherfucker.
put together, I was
They
able to
pay
be somewhat
taxes
helpful.
at the end of the
130
year.
countries agree on a global minimum tax rate. So companies can't
He
get
doesn't
out of
know. He's
paying their
never been a
taxes at home
businessman.
by
He doesn't
shipping
fucking
jobs and
know.
factories overseas. It'll raise billions of dollars. That's why I propose closing loopholes for the very wealthy who who pay a lower tax rate than a teacher and a firefighter. So that's my plan, but we'll go more detail later. We will grow the economy, lower the cost of families. So what are we waiting for? Let's get this done. We all know we've got to make changes. Folks,
You make businesses
while you're
pay
at it,
more in taxes, but you want to lower the
confirm my
cost of
nomination for
everything.
the Federal Reserve, which plays a critical role in fighting inflation.
Well,
My
we don't
plan
have
will
to
not
live
only
anymore,
lower
so that's-
costs and give families a fair shot, it will lower the deficit. The previous administration not only ballooned the deficit with those tax cuts for the very wealthy and corporations, it undermined the watchdogs, the job of those to keep pandemic relief funds being wasted. Remember we had those debates about whether or not those watchdogs should be able to see every day how much money was being spent, where was it going to the right place?
Nice seeing you.
Under
Dave.
my
Have a good night, man.
administration,
Don't work too hard.
the watchdogs are back. And we're going to go after the criminals who stole billions of relief money meant for
Your
small
money?
business
Going
and
after your
millions of
friends?
Americans. Tonight, I'm announcing that the Justice Department will soon name a chief prosecutor for pandemic fraud. And look,
Jake Jack's in trouble then.
Yeah, a lot of companies are.
I think we all agree, thank you. By the end of this year, the deficit will be down to less than half of what it was before I took office. The only president ever to cut the deficit by more than $1 trillion in a single year. Lowering your cost also meant demanding more competition. I'm a capitalist, but capitalism without competition is not
Oh, wait a minute. I
capitalism.
thought you didn't believe in capitalism.
Capitalism without competition is exploitation. It drives up profits. And corporations have to compete. Their profits go up and your prices go up when they don't have to compete. Small businesses and family farmers and ranchers, I need not tell some of my
You know, that's only
Republican
showing
friends from those
Democrats, right?
states.
Except for this.
Guess
and
what?
He is a Democrat,
You got
actually.
4 basic meat packing
David Devine?
facilities. That's it. You play with them or you don't get to play at all. And you pay a hell of a lot more. A hell of a lot more because there's only 4. See what's happening with ocean carriers and moving goods in and out of America. During the pandemic, about half a dozen or less foreign-owned companies raised prices by as much as 1,000% and made record profits. Tonight, I'm announcing a crackdown on those companies overcharging American businesses and consumers. And folks, and as Wall Street firms take over more nursing homes, quality in those homes has gone down and costs have gone up. That ends on my watch. Medicare is going to set higher standards for nursing homes and make sure loved ones get the care they deserve and that they inspect and they will look at closely. We're also going to cut costs to keep the economy going strong and giving workers a fair shot, provide more training and apprenticeships, hire them based on skills, not just their degrees. Let's pass the Paycheck Fairness Act and paid leave.
Okay,
Raise
then
the
let's not
minimum
just
wage
hire
to
people because of their
$15 an
color.
hour and extend the child tax credit so no one has to raise a family in poverty. Let's increase Pell Grants, increase our historic support for HBCUs, and invest in what Jill,
Yes, give more
our
money to
First Lady who
college
teaches
students.
full-time, calls America's best-kept secret, community colleges. Look, Let's pass the PRO Act. When a majority of workers want to form a union, they shouldn't be able to be stopped. When we invest in our workers and we build an economy from the bottom up and the middle out together, we can do something we haven't done in a long time.
I still don't get that dress.
Build a better America. For more than 2 years, COVID has impacted every decision in our lives and the life of this nation. And I know you're tired, frustrated, and exhausted. That doesn't even count.
He said COVID made, I can't remember what he said. He said that everybody was like that. I was like, oh, what?
Because they lost somebody. But I also know this, because of the progress we've made, because of your resilience and the tools that we have been provided by this Congress, tonight I can say we're moving forward safely back to more normal routines.
Right.
We've reached a new moment in the fight against COVID-19, where severe cases are down to a level not seen since July of last year. Just a few days ago, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention issued a new mask guidelines. Under the new guidelines, most Americans and most of the country can now go mask-free. And based on projections...
Why is that, Joe?
Based on projections, more of the country will reach a point across the next couple of weeks. And thanks to the progress we've made in the past year, COVID-19 no longer need control our lives. I know some are talking about living with COVID-19.
You haven't made progress.
But tonight, I say that we never will just accept living with COVID-19. We'll continue to combat the virus as we do other diseases. And because this virus mutates and spreads, we have to stay on guard. And here are 4 common sense steps as we move forward safely, in my view. First, stay protected with vaccines and treatments. We know how incredibly effective vaccines are. If you're vaccinated and boosted,
no, we don't.
You have the highest degree of protection. We'll never give up on vaccinating more Americans. Now, I know parents with kids under 5 are eager to see their vaccines authorized for their children.
No,
Scientists are working hard to get that done. We'll be ready with plenty of vaccines if and when they do. We're all ready. We are also ready with antiviral treatments. If you get COVID-19, the Pfizer pill reduces your chances of ending up in the hospital by 90%. I've ordered more pills than anyone in the world has.
Blue ones?
Pfizer's working overtime to get us 1 million pills this month and more than double that next month. And now we're launching the Test to Treat initiative. So people can get tested at a pharmacy, and if they prove positive, receive the antiviral pills on the spot at no cost.
I didn't get any antiviral pills. Take off your mask, you old...
If you're immunocompromised or have some other vulnerability, we have treatments and free high-quality masks. We're leaving no one behind or ignoring anyone's needs as we move forward. On testing, we've made hundreds of millions of tests available, and you can order them for free to your doorstep. And we've already ordered free tests. If you already ordered free tests tonight, I'm announcing you can order another group of tests. Go to covidtest.gov starting next week, and you can get more tests.
And they'll come already pre-installed with COVID.
We must prepare for new variants. Over the past, we've gotten much better at detecting new variants. If necessary, we'll be able to develop new vaccines within 100 days instead of maybe months or years. And if Congress provides the funds we need, we'll have new stockpiles of tests, masks, pills ready if needed. I can't promise a new variant won't come, but I can promise you we'll do everything within our power to be ready if it does. Third,
no, Joe, you said you were going to shut it down.
We can end the shutdown of schools and businesses. We have the tools we need.
Oh, but they shut down.
It's time for America to get back to work and fill our great downtowns again with people. People working from home can feel safe and begin to return to their offices.
Go to Republican areas.
We're doing that here in the federal government. The vast majority of federal workers will once again work in person. Our schools are open. Let's keep it that way. Our kids need to be in school. The
Republicans are saying this a lot.
With 75% of adult Americans fully vaccinated and hospitalizations down by 77%, most Americans can remove their masks and stay in the classroom and move forward
He
safely.
couldn't even find his mask.
We achieved this because we provided free vaccines, treatments, tests, and masks. Of course, continuing this costs money, so I'll not surprise you. I'll be back to see you all.
I know Crowder's on YouTube, but we're
I'm
watching
going to soon
it here.
send a
They
request to
talk too much.
Congress. The vast majority of Americans have used these tools and may want again. We may need them again, so I expect Congress, and I hope you'll pass that quickly. Fourth, we'll continue vaccinating the world. We've sent 475 million vaccine doses to 112 countries, more than any nation on Earth. We won't stop because you can't build a wall high enough to keep out a vaccine. The vaccine can stop the spread of these diseases. You know, we've lost so much in COVID-19.
I'm going to start keeping a count on how many times I'm seeing Pelosi trying to
worst of all,
refixing her
much loss of
dentures.
life.
You can tell
Let's use this moment to reset.
Like right there?
when she does that.
Stop looking at COVID as a partisan
do it right
dividing
now.
line. See it for what it is, a god-awful disease.
Maxine
Let's
Waters.
stop seeing each other as enemies and start seeing each other for who we are.
Fucking Rick James or James Brown.
Look, Nancy's not standing up that much anymore. She's like, oh man, I can't stand up this much. Get that dumbass with the mask on.
We can't change how divided we've been. It was a long time in coming. But we can change how to move forward on COVID-19 and other issues that we must face together. I recently visited New York City Police Department days after the funerals of Officer Wilbur Mora and his partner, Officer Jason Rivera. They were responding to a 9/11 call when a man shot and killed them with a stolen gun. Officer Moore was 27 years old. Officer Rivera was 22 years old. Both Dominican Americans who grew up in the same
guys are
streets
like, why the fuck do we
that
gotta
they
be
later
here?
chose to patrol as police officers. I spoke with their families, and I told them that we were forever in debt for their sacrifices and will carry on their mission to restore the trust and safety of every community deserves. Like some of you that have been around for a while, I've worked with you on these issues for a long time. I know what works. Investigating crime prevention and community policing, cops who walk the beat, who know the neighborhood, and who can restore trust and safety. Let's not abandon our streets or choose between safety and equal justice. Let's come together and protect our communities, restore trust, and hold law enforcement accountable. That's why the Justice Department has required body cameras, banned chokeholds, and restricted no-knock warrants for its officers. That's why the American Rescue Plan
Thank you, George
that you all provided $350 billion that cities, states, and counties can use to hire more police, invest in more proven strategies. Proven strategies like
I think that guy that they
like
just
community
showed was a
violence
Mason.
interruption, trusted messengers, breaking the
so?
cycle of violence and trauma.
I don't know. I
giving
was
young
looking
people
at his
some hope.
pen.
We should all agree the answer is not to defund the police, it's to fund the police. Fund them.
No, that's not a
Fund them.
I mean, it could be. It's not the one I was thinking of.
Fund them with resources and training. Resources and training they need to protect our communities. I ask Democrats and Republicans alike to pass my budget and keep our neighborhoods safe. And we'll do everything in my power to crack down on gun trafficking of ghost guns that you can buy online, assemble at home, no serial numbers, can't be traced. I ask Congress to pass proven measures to reduce gun violence. Pass universal background checks. Why should anyone on the terrorist list be able to purchase a weapon? Why? Why? And folks, ban assault weapons with high-capacity magazines that hold up to 100 rounds.
Why?
You think the deer are wearing Kevlar vests? Look,
No, but the people
repeal
robbing my house that
liability
has
shield.
that
It
gun.
makes gun manufacturers the only industry in America that can't be sued. The only one. Imagine had we done that with the tobacco manufacturers. These laws don't infringe on the Second Amendment. They save lives. The most fundamental right
Wait a
in
minute.
America is the right to
Wait
vote
a
and have
minute.
it counted.
You can't
And
fucking
look,
sue tobacco
it's under
companies.
assault.
That's a settlement.
In state after state, new laws have been passed.
Fucker.
Not only to suppress the vote, we've been there before, but to subvert the entire election. We can't let this happen. Tonight I call on the Senate to pass the Freedom to Vote Act, pass the John Lewis Act, Voting Rights Act. And while you're at it, pass the Disclose Act so Americans know who's funding our election. Look, tonight, I like to honor someone who's dedicated his life to serve this country. Justice Breyer, an Army veteran, constitutional scholar, retiring Justice of the United States Supreme Court. Justice Breyer, thank you for your service. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean it. Get up, stand, let them see you. Thank you.
Yeah, but he was just
We
a
all
lawyer in the
know.
military, probably.
No matter what your ideology, we all know one of the most serious constitutional responsibility a president has is nominating someone to serve on the United States Supreme Court. As I did 4 days ago, I've nominated the Circuit Court of Appeals, Ketanji Brown Jackson, one of our nation's top legal minds, who will continue in Justice Breyer's legacy of excellence.
ACB and
A former top litigator in
what's his
private
name?
practice,
Clapton.
a former federal public defender, from a family of public school educators and police officers. She's a consensus builder. Since she's been nominated, she's received a broad range of support, including the Fraternal Order of Police, and former judges supported by Democrats and Republicans. Folks, if we're to advance liberty and justice, we need to secure our border and fix the immigration system.
You're obviously not doing it. Look at Ted Cruz giving him that
No.
look like, yeah.
So what Biden means in his head is like,
And as you
let them
might
just
guess,
come
I
in.
think we can
That'll
do
fix
both.
immigration because it'll be
At our
legal
border,
immigration, not
we've
illegal.
installed new technology like cutting-edge scanners to better detect drug smuggling. We've set up joint patrols with Mexico and Guatemala to catch more human traffickers. We're putting in place dedicated immigration judges in a significant larger number so families fleeing persecution and violence can have their cases heard faster, and those who don't legitimately hear can be sent back. We're screening, we're securing commitments and supporting partners in South and Central America to host more refugees and secure their own borders. We can do all this while keeping lit the torch of liberty that has led a generation of immigrants to this land, my forebears and many of yours. Provide a pathway to citizenship for dreamers, those with temporary status, farm workers, essential workers. Revise
Ted
our
Cruz
laws
was clapping because they said we need border.
so businesses have workers they need, and families don't
Need to
wait
work on our
decades to
border.
reunite. It's not only the right thing to do, it's
Yeah,
economically
like I
smart thing to
said,
do.
it was very
That's why the immigration reform is
good what
supported
he
by everyone
sounded,
from
but I
labor
bet I
unions to
know
religious
what he
leaders to the
thinks in
U.S.
his head.
Chamber of Commerce. Let's get it done once and for all. Folks, advancing liberty and justice also requires protecting the rights of women. The constitutional right affirmed by Roe v. Wade, standing precedent for half a century, is under attack as never before. If you want to go forward, not backwards, we must protect access to health care, preserve a woman's right to
They
choose,
got,
and
Parkinson's.
continue to advance maternal health care for all Americans.
You think Cruz is suspect? I don't get that feeling
Folks,
from him. ACB is not happy.
For our LGBTQ plus Americans, let's finally get the Bipartisan Equality Act to my desk. the onslaught of state laws targeting transgender Americans and their families. It's simply wrong.
How are state laws?
I said last year,
attacking
especially to our younger
LGBTQ people?
transgender Americans, I'll always have your back as your president so you can be yourself and reach your God-given potential.
Well, North Carolina, we have a state that you have to go to the bathroom if you're assigned to at birth.
As I
that was
just
big
demonstrated, although often appears we do not agree.
Yeah.
And that we do agree on a lot more things than we acknowledge. I signed 80 bipartisan bills into law last year. From preventing government shutdowns, to protecting Asian Americans from still too common hate crimes, to reforming military justice, and will soon be strengthening the Violence Against Women Act that I first wrote 3 decades ago. And it's important. It's important for us to show the nation we can come together and do big things.
Oh, I wish I could read lips.
Tonight I'm offering a unity agenda for the nation. 4 big things we can do together, in my view.
I hope this is over soon. I'm starting to get a headache listening to this part.
There's so much we can do. Increased funding for prevention.
I know we need to listen.
Treatment, harm reduction and recovery. Get rid of outdated rules and stop doctors that stop doctors from prescribing treatments. Stop the flow of illicit drugs by working with state and local law enforcement to go after the traffickers. And if you're suffering from addiction, you should know you're not alone. I believe in recovery, and I celebrate the 23 million Americans in recovery. Second, let's take on mental health.
Why do you know about recovery?
Especially among our children whose lives and education have been turned upside down. The American Rescue Plan gave schools money to hire teachers and help students make up for lost learning. I urge every parent to make sure your school does just that. They have the money. We can all play a part. Sign up to be a tutor or a mentor. Children were also struggling before the pandemic: bullying, violence, trauma, and the harms of social media. As Francis,
Andy in Colorado, that's what I heard.
Who's here tonight with us?
Yeah, they're going to clip that for sure.
We must hold social media platforms accountable for the national experiment they're conducting on our children for profit. Folks,
Right, liberal lady.
thank you.
Biggest problems with America.
Thank you for the courage you showed.
Other than these idiots.
It's time to strengthen privacy protections, ban targeted advertising to children, demand tech companies stop collecting personal data on our children, and let's get all Americans the mental health services they need. More people can turn for help and full parity between physical and mental health care if we treat it that way in our insurance. Look, the third piece of that agenda is support our veterans. Veterans are the backbone and the spine of this country. They're the best of us. I've always believed that we have a sacred obligation to equip those we send to war and care for those in their family when they come home. My administration is providing assistance in job training, housing, and now helping lower-income veterans get VA care debt-free. And our troops in Iraq have faced in Afghanistan
get
faced
VA
many
care
dangers.
for free anyways.
One being stationed at bases
most
breathing
stupidest
in
thing I ever
toxic
heard.
smoke from burn pits. Many of you have been there. I've been in and out of Iraq and Afghanistan over 40 times. These burn pits that incinerate waste, the waste of war, medical and hazardous material, jet fuel, and so much more. And they come home, many of the world's fittest and best trained warriors in the world. Never the same. Headaches, numbness, dizziness. A cancer that would put them in a flag-draped coffin. I know. One of those soldiers was my son, Major Bo Biden. I don't know for sure if the burn pit that he lived near, that his hooch was near, in Iraq, and earlier than that,
Nancy's got her hooch all set up.
is the cause of his brain cancer, the disease of so many other troops.
Her hooch has
But I am
been
committed
null and void
to
for a
find
long time.
out everything we can
I didn't say cooch, I said
Committed
hooch.
to
Alcohol.
military families like Danielle Robinson from Ohio, the widow of Sergeant First Class Heath Robinson,
The desert
born
back
a
there
soldier.
with both of them.
Army National Guard, combat medic in Kosovo and Iraq, stationed near Baghdad, just yards from burn
Have a good night,
pits the
Biden.
size of football
Sucks.
fields. Danielle is here with us tonight. They love going to Ohio State football games.
I wonder who yelled something. It was a girl's voice, so was
And
it
they love
Martin
building
Taylor Green or
Legos with their
Bobart?
daughter. But cancer from prolonged exposure to burn pits ravaged Heath's lungs and
Oh,
body.
somebody heckling.
Danielle
Yeah.
says Heath was a fighter to the very end.
Said something about his son, I
He
think.
didn't know how to stop fighting, and neither did she. Through her pain, she found purpose
Yeah, I'll just
to demand that
crackhead.
we do better. Tonight, Danielle, we are going to do better. The VA is pioneering new ways of linking toxic exposure to disease, already helping more veterans get benefits. And tonight, I'm announcing we're expanding eligibility to veterans suffering from 9 respiratory cancers. I'm also calling on Congress to pass a law to make sure veterans devastated by toxic exposure in Iraq and Afghanistan finally get the benefits of the
What
comprehensive
about their
health
kids?
care.
Because you know there's going to be something happening to their kids. I mean, look at me. Their kids aren't going to come out healthy either, I bet.
And fourth and last, let's end cancer as we know it. This is personal.
And COVID, too, while we're at it.
This is personal to me and to Jill and to Kamala and so many of you.
Kamala?
So many of you have lost someone you love. Husband, wife, son, daughter, mom, dad. Cancer is the #2 cause of death in America, second only to heart disease. Last month, I announced the plan to supercharge the cancer moonshot that President Obama asked me to lead 6 years ago. Our goal is to cut
Well, it's
cancer
not
death
eradicate
rate
heart
by at least
disease
50%
in.
over the next 25 years. And I think we can do better than that.
Slacker.
Turn cancers from death sentences into treatable diseases.
Look,
More
Minnesota
support
is
for
losing in
patients and their
hockey.
families. To get there, I call on Congress to fund what I call ARPA-H, Advanced Research Projects Agency for Health, patterned after DARPA in the Defense Department. Projects that led in DARPA to the internet, GPS, and so much more to make our forces more safer and be able to wage war with more clarity. ARPA will have a singular purpose: to drive breakthroughs in cancer, Alzheimer's and diabetes, and more. A unity agenda for the nation. We can do these things. It's within our power, and I don't see a partisan edge to any one of those 4 things. My fellow Americans, tonight, we've gathered in this sacred space, a citadel of democracy, in this Capitol. Generation after generation of Americans have debated great questions amid great strife and have done great things. We fought for freedom, expanded liberty, debated totalitarianism and terror. We built the strongest, freest, and most prosperous nation the world has ever known. Now is the hour, our moment of responsibility, our test of resolve and conscience, of history itself.
He talked about
It
Ukraine
is
at
in
all,
this moment
or Russia.
that our character, this
Not yet.
generation, is formed. Our purpose is found. Our future is forged. Well, I know this nation. We'll meet the test, protect freedom and liberty, expand fairness and opportunity, and we will save democracy As hard as those times have been, I'm more optimistic about America today than I've been my whole life, because I see the future that's within our grasp, because I know there's simply nothing beyond our capacity. We're the only nation on earth that has always turned every crisis we faced into an opportunity. The only nation that can be defined by a single word: possibilities. So on this night, on our 245th year as a nation, I've come to report on the state of the nation, the State of the Union. And my report is this: the State of the Union is strong because you, the American people, are strong. We are stronger today. We are stronger today than we were a year ago. And we'll be stronger a year from now than we are today. This is our moment to meet and overcome the challenges of our time. And we will, as one people, one America, the United States of America. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you. Go get him.
Go get him.
At least it's over.
Who's him? He said to go get him. Who's him?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who him is. Alright, glad that's over. Gotta deal with this dingleberry anymore. Oh man.
One of who's create the first meme about him telling doctors to stop prescribing
treatments. Yeah.
Is that what it was?
I think that's.
Jump on that meme.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. He did talk about it in the beginning a little bit. I forgot. I zone in and out when he talks sometimes. But I think it's funny. He says, let's see, we're gonna lower the cost of everything, but they're gonna make businesses pay more taxes and raise the rates of people so they're not making little money. How can you make the companies pay more and charge less? That just doesn't work. And I'm a capitalist. You don't know a fucking thing about business if you think that raising the business costs is gonna make them lower the cost of their fucking products.
The only way I can lower price as opposed to cost.
Mm-hmm.
It's two different things, though, Eddie. In the business world, price and cost, they ain't in the same ballpark. So I'm wondering, like, okay, you have to walk me through on what he said, because I don't think it's feasible. I just want to try to explain how it's not.
Well, just in different parts.
You heard him.
So in different parts of the night, he said different. He said he didn't say it all at once, but he said we're gonna increase the wages. He talked about how people don't make enough money and they need to increase wages. So that's one. In another part, he said we need to make the businesses pay more in taxes.
Okay.
And in the middle, I think in the middle of saying those two things, huh?
Something about costs going down.
Yeah, in the middle between those two,
right?
he said we need to bring we don't need to make people richer. We need to bring the cost of everything down. Something like that is what he said.
Okay, so in theory, if costs come down, like when I order my wholesale that I see a drastic number, something that I used to buy for $100 now costs $60.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's my cost. I've got to resell it. So as a business person, you do have a little bit of option. You can keep selling at normal retail value. So if he was talking to a business person, you could keep your costs down. If whatever he fucking works out, whatever I used to buy for $100 now costs me $60. Now I have $40 extra to pay my employee that deserves a raise, but I highly doubt that's what he's talking about. I highly doubt it because he's not a businessman. He's never been a businessman. That's why his dumbass said that, something about not being able to sue. Who I can't remember
Tobacco
who he
companies.
said.
He said you can't sue. The firearms companies, but you can sue tobacco
Yeah,
companies.
and that pissed me the fuck off because that's exactly why some states want people to smoke because they get paid the profits of tobacco companies, so individuals cannot sue them motherfuckers. And he knows good and goddamn well that he was a part of that. Master Settlement Agreement, 1998.
I trust you. Drunk uncle knows everything about vaping and tobacco world, so.
That pissed me off, and that's the whole reason I'm rolling with you guys now. Because that pissed me off, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, but now that you're rolling with us, that's not the only reason why you're kind of changing a little bit now, right? You're starting to see other things that you don't agree with. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I think I'm just I keep still being told. I think I'm still like a classic liberal or libertarian centrist. I don't know, but what people see on TV is that Overton window. It like shifted, and I just got left behind because like I don't have a problem with gay people or trans people or gender fluid. That confuses the shit out of me. I think it's dumb. But I've got respect for that. I'm not extremely religious, so that kind of is what keeps me from, I guess, being locked in step with conservatives.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like you guys a lot better. I'll tell you, I'm a much happier person. I don't like communicating with them anymore. They just
Right?
it's like how do you guys are like so upset all the time? Like stop.
Right on. That's cool. That's good to know. That's good to know. And like I mean, I'm
Oh,
conservative, and I don't have trouble with people if they want to be like whatever they want. That's your deal. If as long as you're not some guy trying to hit on me, the first time I'll say, hey, I'm not into that. The second time and the third and the fourth time that they do it, then that gets on my nerves. But I don't care if you want to be gay. That's your thing. You're in the Bible it says you're not supposed to judge. That's God's job, right? So
yeah.
I
I
try.
mean,
I
but
try not to judge.
anybody would get a little pissed off. It doesn't matter if it's somebody of the same sex that you like. Like, let's say you're at the club and this just gutter bitch just keeps on hitting on you on the third or fourth time. You're just like, bitch,
Leave me alone.
get the fuck away from me.
Oh yeah, I know about some of those too. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, don't get me started on those. Anyways, I don't know. I would
That
love.
reminds me. There was this clip. It's a DJ clip, and that's why I think it's funny. But we'll have people that want to be up on us, or talk to us, or just trying to be on stage, whatever. And it was this video, and this girl like kept trying to talk to the DJ while he was working. And I could watch what he's doing and tell that he is currently working. Like he's got to pay attention to what's going on. And eventually he pulls off his headphones and just drops the volume and just yells at her without a microphone or anything. He just said, "Get away from me, whore!" And then just throws the volume back up, and she's like, "Ew."
Oh my
But
gosh.
it's like leave me the fuck alone. I'm working,
Right? There wasn't really that much news to look up because it was all about this stuff. So I didn't really look too much stuff up.
I was griping all I was working all day because I could not figure out why Crowder was not on any of the platforms. And I had a long fucking day. And then at like 8:30, it was like, you know, he's going live. And I was like, that's right. He says that he goes.
Yeah, I woke up, I went to go turn it on, and I saw it wasn't there, and I was like, oh, wait, that's right. It's the speech tonight, so I kind of figured he wasn't going to go on.
Next time you do that, will you send me a text to remind me so I'm not in a fucking pissy pants mood all fucking day because I didn't get my Crowder?
I can do that. How was work today, by the way?
Long. Yeah, we had at least three THC shipments today.
Wow,
and
that's a lot of stuff.
So Chappie let me do one of the orders because they were running a sale and it had to be done like ASAP, and she wasn't at the shop. So like I just filled it out, and I was just kind of like, I had in my head that I was going to send it to her, and she was going to look at it and review it, and then order what she wanted out of that. I didn't think she was going to order all of it. And so that shipment showed up. So I've got a picture I could send to you. I don't know if you can post it up, but I I had to redo the whole Delta 8 wall, our little slat wall.
Okay,
And it took me all fucking day.
Really?
All day. And
sounds
the
like
phone
you had fun.
Wouldn't stop. And then I found out that, you know, one of our other employees, her husband's sister passed away. You know, I hated to hear that, but on a selfish note, that means I've got to work tomorrow, which means I don't get to go start training until next week, I guess.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It's just like one of them. Wasn't a bad day. It's just kind of like a hectic day.
Yeah.
I guess.
Right on. Austin says he went through the People's Convoy. Lots of good people there. They're mostly sleeping right now. Yeah, let's see. It's like 10 o'clock at night over there, isn't it? Where they are, I would guess.
10:23, Matt.
10:23 where you're at, yeah. So, figure it's about that. Let's see. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else maybe interesting. Freaking, wait a minute. Let me look at this picture real quick. Oh, no. Yeah, I had to go to the doctor today to go do blood work and stuff. My doctor wanted to keep, because in California you get a free fishing license if you're disabled, right? So I signed up for it, and they're like, oh, well, we need your doctor's note showing you're disabled. And I'll kind of, you don't see them in person, so they don't know how I look and stuff. But so it's just kind of funny that they did that. And so I had to go to the doctor to get him to write a note for me to do that. So and then like, cause you know how I ordered my new scooter and stuff.
Oh, so you did you or did you not see them in person when they asked you for a doctor's note?
Yeah, today they saw me in person. But he stood in the corner of the room. What's that?
But you like rolled in and
with Donnie,
like, yo, and he was like, I need a doctor's note. What?
Oh,
you need to start
no.
Your
No. I didn't go in person. I didn't go in person, drunk. You can't go in the office because of COVID. See, I thought I had said that, but maybe I didn't.
I thought you literally rolled in, you know, on your mobility scooter.
No.
And they were like, yeah, we need your handicap. And I'd be like, bitch, here's one of my x-rays.
Right. Well, also with this new insurance, you know how I ordered the new scooter and trying to get the new scooter lift approved? What I did too was, just in case, I also said, I was doing it too to make sure that I got a letter saying I need a new wheelchair, right? And my doctor was like, "How come you have the open wounds are not have never healed on your leg?" I know. I said, "I know. Haven't you read my report?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" And I said, "If you look at the report, the doctor says she won't fix it because I when I walk, I fall a lot. So she won't fix my knee because I'm just gonna fall on it again, and it'll break, what she just fixed." And he's like, "How often do you fall?" And I was like, "At least twice a day." And I'm not lying. I fall all the time. And so he's like, "Well, that's not good. How about this? I'm gonna send you over to physical therapy because they're the ones that'll request that you." He's like, "I want you to get a electric wheelchair." And I don't like electric wheelchairs, so I'll just have them put down an electric scooter. But so now they're gonna order me an electric wheelchair. So when I show that letter to the VA, then they have to pay for the scooter and the lift.
Yeah.
So that's what I was working on today. And like, dude, this is the second time in a row. So like the 2 times before this that he sent me to the labs, I couldn't go pee, right? And you got to leave a urine sample. And I'm like sitting there for one time I sat there for 2 hours. So the last 2 times I held it forever, drove all the way down there, even though I had to pee, because I figured he's going to give me another urine test, right? And he's like, "Okay, I'm going to send you down the labs." I was like, "Good." I'm thinking in my head, I got to go pee, right? I get down the labs and they're like, "Here you go." And I was like, "Well, where's the cup?" They're like, "Oh no, you're only doing blood work today." And I was like, fucking A, I've been holding my urine in for like 2 hours now. And it sucks, like, because, like, I won't be able to go, and I'll be walking Donnie because we're there so long, and I see him peeing on every bush, and I'm like, you fucking show off. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
See, I would have been like, if I was holding my pee so I could actually do it instead of fucking around for 2 hours, I'd be like, "Oh hell no, we definitely doing a pee test today. Go grab a container. I don't give a fuck if you test it or not. I'm peeing right now."
Yeah, they didn't do that at all. What the hell, Brownie? Yeah, they don't do that. Anyways.
Like, oh, hell no.
Trying to see if there's anything good. Allen Iverson is still playing basketball? Oh no, he reacts to something.
Probably playing in like China or something.
Dude, I can't wait to see who said something during that. I don't know who it was. Who do you think that was that made that comment? I couldn't even hear the comment they made, but I know it was a female's voice. Let me go to Twitter. Maybe it'll be on Twitter. Let's see. Hold on. Let me try and log into Twitter. I know it was a female, so the only 2 suspects that it would have been was Bobart, or it could have been let's see, Bobart or Taylor Green. So let's do a search for Green. Let's see about her. Let's see if anybody tags her. I wonder if she's the one that did that. What do you guys think? Do you think she's the one that made all that noise? I wonder, let's see. Lauren
It depends
Bobart.
on what. If I knew what they said, I'd be able to narrow it down. Do you think it was something about former Vice President Joe Biden's son?
Yeah, I don't. It was about his son. I just don't know what. It was when they were talking about his how he stands up for the military and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because Hunter
So
got
this
kicked
person-
out of the military.
Okay, it was Lauren Bobart. They said Lauren Bobart just heckled Biden while he was mentioning his son who passed away. Okay, let's look up Bobart.
I'm sure she was referring to Hunter, not Bo.
No, it was about military stuff, so I'm pretty sure it was about Bo.
Hunter got kicked out of the military, did he not? Dishonorable discharge?
Yeah, but well, that's true, huh? Let's see. All right, let me put you on this so you guys can see it. Yeah, you guys can see it. This is awesome. They
Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, he was kicked out. I know that. Lauren Barba is absolute trash. The man was talking about the death of his son and so many of my brothers and sisters in burn pits. And that horrid little bag of crap yelled out about the 13 lost in combat. We lost thousands and she never gave a goddamn about them. Let's see. Let's see.
Oh, okay. So it was probably in he was saying that he cares about, the people that get lost, and I bet she yelled out something about him checking his watch every time one of those caskets came off from people, those 13 from Afghanistan.
Let's see. When you notice your monthly Ukraine deposit didn't hit. Oh, this is funny. This is a funny one. Oh, Bo wasn't, only Hunter was? Okay. Man, a lot of people are talking shit to her.
Yeah,
Too
Bo
bad she's cute too.
died in Bo die in combat, and then Hunter was dishonorably discharged.
Man, I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't really know that much about his family.
Well, I mean, I try to know because I don't want to be, disrespectful. I don't care how much of a piece of shit your dad is. But
Yeah.
I think Bo was a fatality.
There we go. Austin's saying it. What, Brownie? I know it's almost dinner time.
Oh,
Let's see.
Bo died of cancer.
Yeah, but the cancer was caused by him being near those burning plants, the burn pits.
Oh, so that's why he wants. Okay, I got you.
There's a whole bunch. Well, mostly liberals use Twitter anyways, right? There's a whole bunch of people talking shit to her.
Oh, are you on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find see if anybody else has it. I only saw one source, and so I don't. You know me, I want to get multiple sources. Let's see.
I need to start me a Twitter because I want to keep up with what the fighters are saying. Supposedly that's where all the beef goes down at.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Brownie, I'm not gonna feed you yet.
Can you see if Nate Diaz has said anything on the Twitter?
Yeah, give me a
Not
second.
about. He's not gonna say anything about political. I know. I'm just saying that since you're on Twitter.
I'm just trying to see if she is if it was actually her that said it. I just want to make sure. See, no lie with Brian Tyler Cohen said it was.
I think I used to watch that person. Are they a YouTuber?
I don't know who it is. I found out it was Lauren Bobart heckling. So I mean, I knew it was either her or freaking I know it was either her or yeah, and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let's see. Get that big old booty of hers. Oh, let's see.
We distance because science. You know, hey everyone, the State of the Union is over, and we no longer have to socially distance because science. You know, they wanted us all spaced out all throughout the house. Well, political science has won again. Hey everyone.
I love it. I love it. She's showing how they forced them to be separated, but then they were all hugging. Let's see. Trying to see what else she's saying. She was tweeting a lot during this thing. Let's see.
I'm surprised there's not a lot more heckling in these things, to be honest with you.
Right? Oh, she said build the wall. Oh, no, maybe not. Somebody said she said build the wall. Let's see.
It's going to take a little bit of time for them to isolate the audio, or for her to tweet about it, or
yeah. All right, let's go. So
we'll know tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll know tomorrow. So you want to see Nate Diaz, huh?
Yeah, see if Nate Diaz is saying anything, because people are arguing. I hear people are arguing over who's going to get to fighting. I'm going to see it.
Let's see. Nothing really. He's just trying to show off his gear to sell his stuff. Somebody was yelling build the wall. Okay, that must have been her too then. Let's see.
Will you type in
Gee, what am I, your secretary?
Please,
man.
Yeah, this would be the last Twitter thing. Ask KAKHAMZAT, and see if something Shemaev pops up. I can't remember how to spell his last name right. But I hear he gets real mouthy on the Twitters.
On the Twitters. Shit. Hold on. People. I hardly ever use Twitter, so I'm not good at it. Ugh. Let's see. Nah, I mean, this will take just as long to find the Lauren Boebert stuff, I think. Just a whole bunch of pictures. And stuff in, Swedish. Wait a minute, let's see. Make it happen, Dana White. I'm all in. 5 rounds in. Let's grapple. Gilbert Burns. Durnho? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he called out Izzy Alessandro.
Yeah, I don't know. There you go. There you go, bud.
Okay.
Anyways.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. So everybody that's still left in here, what do you guys think about what you just watched tonight? How bad was it? What do you guys think? Because we're not going to stay on for much longer because, I don't know, I had a long day at the hospital and it's almost time. Not much news today. What, Browner? So wait, come on. Drunk uncle didn't say hi to you last time, did he? Come on. There you go. There's the browners for drunkie. Say hi, drunk uncle.
My brothers! It's the brothers!
Oh, he's a good girl. You daddy's good girl, aren't you? You the boss bitch around here? Okay, get down. Get down. Yeah, it was very bad, guys. Don't be telling me what to do, chick. She's like, Dad, it's dinner time. Look at her sneak. She's a little sneak. She sneaks up everywhere. You little sneak, aren't you?
She's sneaking up like earlier and earlier every day.
Right? She does.
She's trying to convince you that it's dinner time.
Yeah. Damn dog. You gotta love him, though. Oh, Browner. She's my good girl. Okay, one more time. Come on. Come give me a hug. There we go. There's my Browners. Uh-oh, here comes Donnie. He's like, why are you petting her, not me? Yeah, FJB is right. Well, hopefully, yeah, you know, my ex-wife taught her that. I really hate it when she does that. Drives me nuts. I don't like it at all. Let's see.
No,
it's weird having my
I taught that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, you're cutting out. My internet must be messing up again. I really gotta start cutting those trees down. That's not gonna be fun. That is not gonna be fun at all. Let's see. Oh, that's why I'm having issues. I'm uploading something too at the same time. I didn't realize that. I gotcha. Let me see if I pause them.
Man, I got to bring me home like an ounce and a half of flour for free today.
Oh, you got some tested shit?
No, it was stuff that we had written off.
Uh-huh.
Because we didn't know that we had it. And technically, since we've written it off, we're not supposed to sell it. So this one's completely full to the tippy top. And this one's about a third of the way full.
Well, why'd you have to write it off? Was it a return or something? Was it a customer return or something?
No. What we generally do is we'll buy, if it's like something, a new flour that we've never tried before, we'll generally like buy an ounce and we'll make 2 quarters and 4/8 out of it and see how it sells. And then, you know, the next time we might buy 2 ounces, and then eventually we're buying quarter pounds and half pounds and pounds and things like that, depending on how much it sells. But this was left over that needed to be divvied out, but somehow got misplaced. And I was like, oh, we still got this to get rid of. And Chappie was like, I had no idea that that was there. All that's been written off. And I was like, so I'll just consume it, yeah? And she's like, okay.
Wow. That's crazy.
And then I was going through stuff that got returned that did get replaced, and I found 2 disposables that I was able to get working.
Oh, nice.
So ounce and a half and 2 disposables for reorganizing the whole THC side.
Well, look at you.
Pretty good day.
Yeah, sounds like it. And you said you were having a bad day because the Crowder wasn't on.
It definitely threw my day off because I was so confused.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just trying to look up stuff. Nothing really good going on. Nothing much.
Yeah, I was a little cranky pants for the first 2 hours at work.
Cranky pants?
Yeah, I was cranky pants. Cranky McCrankerson.
Freaking the Babylon Bee just tweeted, Biden gives up coherent speaking for Lent. Oh, man, that's funny. Craziness. Anyways, well, you know what? Joe Biden just takes me out of the loop. I just can't. I can't deal with it on his days. I think I'm gonna chill out now. What do you think? Want to call it a night? Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I think that's a good idea. So, all right, guys. We thank you for being here. Sorry we're ending a little bit early, but you know, we had to listen to Joe Biden for an hour. What else do you expect? But we'll definitely be back tomorrow, and we'll definitely talk about tomorrow what was said by Lowe and Bobart. I'm sure that'll be all over the place, right? So, I don't know.
I'm gonna come back and rewatch. Who? Yeah, gonna be putting in some work. But whoever gets on that meme, I think that's gonna. I think that's probably with me not comprehending a lot of what he said. That whole thing about tell the doctors to stop prescribing treatments. I think that's going to be
the meme tomorrow.
The clip and the meme and what everybody's going to be making fun of, like a doctor busting in and there's like somebody like dying, and it's like Joe Biden said stop prescribing treatments. You stop right now. Somebody jump on that meme if you're in here and you know how to do memes.
I made it. I made a thing. I made a spot in our Discord just for memes. So there you go. You can place it right in there.
All right, party people.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna let you go. I think Drunk Uncle has to say something.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow.
Right on. All right, Drunk Uncle. You have a good night.
One of those where I didn't know what I was going to fucking do until it had to work itself in.
Oh, it happens. It happens. All right, guys. You have a good night.
Good night, people.
Hey, you're doing a good job. You're doing a great job. All right, guys. Talk to you later.